Negativity. Negativity surrounds us every day, and it can be with us all day long for some of us. Surprised I just said this? It is. You turn on the news, there's negativity. There is something wrong, whether it's in the city you live in or in the world. And I'm not taking away from the negativity that is happening in some parts of the world. It makes me really sad to hear of the tragic things that are happening. Today's episode is inspired by a listener's question, an email that I received. And she wanted to know how she could reframe negative thoughts. Well, in particular, she wanted to know how she could avoid negative thoughts. Negative thoughts, they will happen. Sometimes it's coming from programming that is so deep in our subconscious, and sometimes we are speaking negative thoughts due to things happening in our lives. We can't avoid negativity completely. I wish we could. What we can do is reframe negative thoughts, and that's what today's show is going to be all about. I'll introduce you to a simple yet powerful thing that you can implement today as soon as you're done listening to the show. So come on in. Let's learn how to reframe negative thoughts. Hey girlfriend, welcome to the Choose Happy with Marie show. Do you want to stop seeing the negative every day and have the time and energy to do what you want? Are you finally done with the limiting stories and the fear that stands in your way of living a happy life? Does negative self-talk sabotage your self-confidence? Hi, I'm Marie. For the majority of my life, I lived in negativity that was often labeled as depression. My breakthrough happened when I broke free from the negative thinking and I learned the power of choosing happy. In this podcast, you will find tangible ways to ditch the negativity, improve your self-esteem, and take action for what you really want for your life. No more guilt, no more people pleasing. Let's do this. We are choosing happy. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It is getting chilly where I live. It's the fall, and soon enough it'll be the winter. How's your weather? I hope it's good. I hope you're having good weather. It's Saturday when I'm recording the show, and I just came back from a walk with my dog, and it was getting chilly by the time we got home. It was about 45 minutes later. And I know I have to put on a warmer jacket. I know I have to do that, but I don't want to let go from my summer jacket. You want to stop the negative thoughts. That may have been what attracted you to the show. Break free from negative thinking. Well, you're in the right place. I hear you. I want to stop negative thoughts too. We wake up with them, for some of us. Sometimes, for some of us, we live our day with them. We spend our evening with them. And they can become worse when we're lying in bed, unable to fall asleep. Our brain is actively thinking about the day we just had and all of the things we could have done differently. Does it sound like something that may be happening with you? Sometimes it still happens with me. There's negativity everywhere. You turn on the news, there's negativity. Social media, well, don't even get me started there. You may not necessarily see negativity there, but how you feel after being on social media, well, I guess it depends on what you're looking at. If you're scrolling through images of people showing their somewhat perfect lives, perhaps their beautiful kitchens, traveling to beautiful places with what looks like perfect families. Well, how does that make you feel? Maybe negative about your own life? Maybe negative about your own kitchen? It is possible to avoid the negative, but it does require intention, and it's intention all day long. And I'm not meaning to make it sound like this is like something to be dreaded. I look at it instead as active living, choosing happy. Today's episode is inspired by a listener's question, the email that I received from her, and and that she was inquiring about how she can avoid negative thoughts. And thank you so much for sending your suggestions and your questions via email. I love hearing from you. And when you share with me what you're interested in learning more about, well, that fuels the show and it helps others who may be wanting to learn more about what you want to learn about too. So please continue sending in those emails to me. Let's dig into what are negative thoughts. Negative thoughts, they can make us feel overwhelmed, hopeless, or even inadequate. When we experience negative thoughts, especially continuously, they can control our mood and affect our actions. We may feel unmotivated to do anything. We may feel sad or even mad. I want to introduce you to something simple yet profound that I've brought into my life if you don't already do this. And it's called gratitude. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is a positive emotion related to feelings of abundance. Think of the last time you said thank you for something, a sincere thank you. And if you can't recall the last time you said thank you, well, let's start there. How did you feel when you said thank you? Maybe it was a neighbor who did something nice for you, or a friend, or a family member. You felt positive, right? I want to invite you to bring more of that positivity in your life by appreciating what you have in your life today. Not tomorrow, today. It's very powerful when we recognize that we have good things in our life today. We may not see it because we're so stuck in the negativity, but there are good things in your life, even if they're just something small. It's positive. I want to share with you 4 simple steps you can take to reframe a negative thought when it starts happening to you. So, the next time you find yourself having a negative thought about something, I want you to intentionally challenge yourself to find the positive, to choose happy. Here are 4 simple steps. You can easily write this down on a Post-it note to remind you, or on your mobile phone in your Notes app, for example. Number 1, identify the negative thought. Recognize that at first, you may not see that you're having a negative thought. You may be so much in the moment of negativity, or you may be used to thinking pessimistically. So start here. Notice the signs of negative thinking. For example, if you hear yourself using words like, here are examples: always, never, should, or even the word must. Here's another sign of negative thinking. You blame yourself or others for everything that goes wrong. Or you exaggerate the negative aspects of a situation and ignore the positive ones. Or you predict the worst possible outcome that is happening about a situation. Or you feel helpless or hopeless. These are all signs of negative thinking. Once you identify that you are having a negative thought, stop yourself and observe that this is happening, and that yes, you are in control of what happens next. So the first thing is identify the negative thought. Second point that you can write on that Post-it note or in your Notes app, question the negative thought. The second step is to question if the negative thought you're having relates to actual things that are happening, or is it based on something you're assuming or are exaggerating about a situation. When we step back from our thoughts, we empower ourselves to see a situation differently. And when we empower ourselves, it weakens the negative thought and its power over you. Step 3, replace the negative thought with a positive one. And that's where gratitude comes in. Remember what I said earlier? Gratitude is a positive emotion. This step is about finding the positive in the situation, no matter how small it can be. Oftentimes, situations are not as bad as our negative thoughts are making them out to be. For example, think of a time when you were experiencing a negative thought about a situation, and then afterwards you realized it wasn't so bad. Can you think of a time that happened? All that worry, negative talk, whether it was in your head or talking with other people via text or in person. What a waste of life energy, wasn't it? Cultivating gratitude is a habit, and that is the fourth step. Add gratitude into your life. It will require intention at the beginning, but then it will start being a habit. It will just be a way of living your life. And you can practice this every day, and you can do it in the morning. And how can you do that in the morning? Well, I'm glad you asked. During the listening time of the Choose Happy morning routine, you can write down 3 things that you're grateful for in your journal or in your daily planner or just a simple notebook. The listening time is about connecting with yourself. And when you identify 3 things that you're grateful for before you even begin your day, you enter the day feeling positive. And when you start your day feeling positive, it can help you avoid having negative thoughts as you go about living your day. It is possible. We can reframe negative thoughts that start happening in our head. If you're looking to improve how you begin your everyday, you can now instantly download the Choose Happy Morning Routine guide and checklist that is now on the website. Yes, I finally figured out how to put it on the website. The guide describes the 3 self-care gifts that you can give to yourself every morning, and the checklist keeps you on track so that you can check mark after you've completed this self-care activity. And check marking is really powerful because it makes you feel like you've done something for yourself, which you have, but this is actually something that you see visually on a piece of paper, or if you want to keep it electronically, that you followed through and you gave to yourself every morning. You can reframe negative thoughts, and I hope today's episode has empowered you to react differently the next time you see yourself having negative thoughts. Remember, identify the negative thought, question the negative thought, and replace the negative thought with something positive, no matter how small it can be. And start retraining your brain to find the positive by writing 3 things that you're grateful for every day during your morning routine. You've got this. You can pivot your thoughts. Wishing you a wonderful week, choosing happy. Cheers! I hope today's episode empowered you to choose happy as you live your upcoming week. Do you want to help others choose happy? Forward this episode to a friend or a family member that may benefit from it as well. You can also leave a review for the show on your favorite podcast app. Doing this will help the show be found in the search bar on the app. Remember to sign up to become a Choose Happy Insider, where you will receive free resources as they become available. Link is in the show's notes. Thank you for listening. Take good care and see you next week.